Hey guys, railing repair, making it firm and sturdy. Because as you'll see right here, it is not attached to the wall. So what the first thing I do is measure where the railing is. We already know it's a 36-inch height. So I measured it from the railing to the wall. I take off the 4.5 for the space of the wall, how big the wall is right there. And I measure across and I find my mark, so then I can start doing the cuts. Now, I'm between the studs, but I just wanted to measure to make certain. Now, I'll cut one way till I hit a stud, then I'll flip the blade around and cut the other way and hit the other stud. And doing this, cutting out the entire drywall piece gives you the ability to work with it. So you cut more than what you need because this is a built-in closet. So this is all this, what you see right here, the big area, is going to be covered up. I used an X-Acto knife to cut the sides for where the stud is, so you're halfway in between the stud, well, approximately. And at that point, you see the internal components. And here, we're missing a whole pile of wood. You're supposed to have like a 2x8 going across there, usually thrown in by the framers, so that when the railing guy comes in, he can literally just bolt it or screw it to the wall. Ooh, that was tough. And since now the screw for the railing has been removed, it wasn't really doing much in the first place, but it's going to give us, or it has given us, an area where we can pre-drill through, since we have orientation on where the railing is actually sitting because of that screw. So we're going to pre-drill a size slightly smaller than the deck screw that we're using. And I'm drilling it in just to give it a nice little key, make it easier on us. And I'm pre-drilling the wood a size bigger than the deck screw. And I put the deck screw through just to see where it's popping and coming through. So that's good. Everything's going to line up. So I put the piece of board in, put the screw in, and I toe screwed to reinforce that board into both studs. Here I am just removing some of the drywall, and I'm doing a very poor job of it because I'm using the camera, holding the camera, because again, I'm not using a tripod. I really need to start thinking about this stuff ahead of time. I always think, oh, I'm not going to make a video, and then I'm making a video. I should know better. But anyways, I usually cut away some of the drywall that's outside of the level of the drywall, if you will. And I do this so that, one, you get rid of all the extra debris, and two, so you can put drywall compound into the seam. And I'm pretty well out of drywall compound, so we're just kind of scraping the bottom of the bucket, literally. But also, now that I do that, it's going to get into the seam, and then I'm going to put the fiber tape over top of it, and then I'll use the rest of the mud that's in the bucket to give me a nice smooth finish, if you will. So I just plastered it all on, and this is me putting the fiber tape right across, and I just lay it on after I've done the initial coat of mud, and then I coat the fiber tape again, so I'm trying to get the mud all the way around. And so I'm just going to plaster the rest of it on. And I'm going lightly right now, because if you push on the mud push on the mud, it'll pull the fiber tape. You don't want that. So now I got a bigger trowel, and I'm just kind of lightly going over it. And then as I'm doing that, I'm pushing down a little bit more harder each time to squish the mud into the fiber tape, into the wall. It's kind of like trying to get it to be structurally the same. But in any case, this has already been screwed with wood drywall screws, smooth out. And here I am testing the railing, like I'm pulling on the railing and it's going nowhere. That is an excellent job, well done. Now the reason why I didn't pop out the plug in the railing to begin with, I could have put a longer screw in, but the reason why I didn't do that, because if I had popped it out, I'd have to put a new one in, restain the wood, and that would be a big old mess. The easiest way, because we have a built-in closet going to be in there, was to cut a hole in the drywall from the opposite side, find out where the railing is, pre-drill, drill from the other side, brace everything, pre-drill, lots of pre-drilling, and brace everything with a new piece of wood, which should have been there from the beginning from the builder or the framer of the house, which it wasn't. So I just had to go back in time, do their work for them. Even the back framer could have done it, but nobody did. Big oversight. So anyways, this kind of thing, the railing guy could have used a longer screw, and it would have avoided me going in to fix this. But I just continuously look good in front of the customer, and who is not going to mind that at all? So another job, well done, customer's happy, and I didn't have to open up the railing to reset a new plug, to restain everything, to put it all back together. Went around the other side. So plan B. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble on, and I will catch you all in the next one.